our workshop when he picked up the phone himself personally and called an unknown Louis Dancer to congratulate him for downloading the 10th billion song on iTunes.
Know your product inside out. Know your competitors inside out. Because if you do, you have an advantage. You have freedom of mind.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our fans and friends. This is Michael Virardi, welcoming you to another episode of On Air Mentoring, where you ask the questions and we provide the answers. It's a pleasure having you here today, and let's hear who is here today from our fans and friends. Just drop your name and the country you come from. So let's see which countries are here. Just for you to know, anyone who shares the episode today, just share the episode and say shared, will go into the draw to get a 1-year complimentary subscription of the Stand Up, Stand Out online course. And you simply share the episode and you go into the draw. We're broadcasting live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And today we have 2 questions coming up, but you're more than welcome to ask your questions as well. If you ask your questions, you can ask them in writing, or you can send your questions, or you can ask Sophia to bring you on the show live. We will send you a link and you come live to ask your question. So let's see who's here. Sanjeev, India is here. India is here even before Cyprus. That's a fast connection, guys. India is here. Sanjeev, great to have you here. Great to have you on the On-Air Mentoring. Let's see who else is here from our fans and friends. And just tell me how your Friday is coming along, getting ready for the weekend to rest and have a relaxing time. Let's see. In just a little while, I'm going to bring Sophia on to ask our first question. She will tell us who's the audience, who's asking the question. Let's see who else is here. Avyi. Let's see. Avyi Kamberi from Cyprus. Cyprus is here. Great to see you, Avyi. Good morning. Who else? Naya. Naya, great to have you on our show. The UK is here. My friend Vladimir Angelov from London. Sodia Christou, always a loyal fan from YouTube. Can't wait to see today's episode. Can't wait to see it as well, Sodia. Dimitris Markaris from Cyprus. Hi, Dimitris. Leandros Yalouridis, longtime friend. Hi, Leandros. Hike, how you doing, Hike? Good afternoon. Jeffrey Gidomer was asking about you the other day. We thought we would have you on our webinar. It has gone fantastically well, dear friends and fans. For all those who have missed out on the webinar, just know that in a few days, we will have the episode ready and you can buy it direct from Teachable. We will have it on one of our accounts on Teachable and you can buy it from there. We had a lot of people on. It was, Jeffrey was amazing. The webinar has gone fantastically well. So thank you for your support. So let me bring Sophia on the show, since Sodia is eagerly waiting for today's show, and we get our first question.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Sophia.
I noticed we are not live on Facebook.
For one reason or the other, and that's where most of our audience is coming from.
Exactly. So if you want to make an introduction, and then I will try to get us on Facebook.
Okay, I'll wait for a few minutes and try to get us on Facebook, and I'll bring you on in a few minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sophia will get us on in a few minutes. So Sodia, please bear with us and the team and everyone else. Let's see who else is here. Sanjeev. What is the one unique quality which leader has so that he or she is called a leader? We'll come back to that in a little while. Sophia will get this, Sanjeev. So here, just give me the go ahead whenever you are ready. Just show me and I'll bring you on. So we're waiting for Facebook to be connected. And you can connect it with your account, Sophia.
I apologize, I cannot do it when we are live. So
okay, so maybe you can. Okay, so we stay
we
with
will
our.
post the episode after for Facebook.
Yes, so we upload it later on for Facebook. It's maybe because you were teaching me how to do it. Maybe I put the wrong password in. It's okay. Very good. So Sophia, what's our first question for today?
Okay, so the first question is from Christy, and she's asking, I will read it from her email. Considering we live in a tiny country where word of mouth can make or break your reputation in a second, and considering that most career coaches speak of word of mouth all the time, how does one ask their clients' recommendations without sounding pathetic?
Okay, can you repeat it once more about this small country once more?
Yes, so considering we live in a tiny country where word of mouth can make or break your reputation, how can we ask clients for recommendations without sounding pathetic?
Okay, very good. Christy here, you spoke about, Christy hasn't come live, Sophia, because she has a class, if I recall well.
Yeah.
So Christy, you talked about word of mouth, but at the same time, you talked about asking. So when you ask, it's not word of mouth. When you ask, it's a testimonial. And a testimonial can be a written testimonial or a video testimonial. I would strongly suggest you have a video testimonial. But let's differentiate between the two. Word of mouth is your customers talking about you without even you knowing. As the owner of Amazon once said, it's what they say about you when you're not in the room. That's your reputation, that's your brand. How do you get, the question should be, how do you get your customers to talk about you? First and foremost, surprise and delight them. Secondly, go the extra mile. Like you have gone in many occasions, even when you delivered some amazing Christmas gifts, but that's on another episode. That's for another episode. But the last one of them all is not to make any guesses. And the way you word your questions when you ask them if they're satisfied. A lot of people say, how satisfied are you? But that's an open-ended question, but it only implies satisfied. If you ask, are you satisfied or not? That's a closed-ended question, and you end up with a yes or a no. But if you ask from 1 to 10, how would you rate us? Even if they are very polite, they would rate you a 9, let's say. So the follow-up question is very important. What would get us to 10? And when they tell you what would get you to 10, because you immediately increase your chances of people talking up front and being honest with you, but it also has to do with your physiology when you ask the question. So and taking notes at the same time whilst they're talking, it makes them talk even more and open up even more. And when they tell you what you can do to take yourself and your business to 10, then go ahead and implement it if you think that's a great suggestion. If you do that, they will start talking behind your back positively about yourself, about your Pilates, about your business, about whatever it is. So it's not about asking them, it's about doing it themselves. And they do it by surprising and delighting them. You do it by going the extra mile. You do it by being humble enough to ask a question that might elicit something you might not like, but you should implement in order to improve your chances of word of mouth and to improve your business. And don't use the word pathetic. When you ask someone for a testimonial, don't use the word pathetic. Don't give it a title as pathetic, even inside your head, even subconsciously. Think about it that you are asking for someone who is satisfied or very satisfied to talk about your business. So that's it. Sophia, would you like to add something or have I covered it?
No, I think you covered everything. And just one thing is that I think people are, when they are satisfied with you, they are very happy to give you a testimonial and to help you find more customers. So they will give it gladly. Don't think you're pathetic by asking.
Yes. And just like a CV testimonial, I've never seen a bad CV in my life. I've never seen a bad testimonial in my life because they will omit it. If they give you a bad testimonial, You have the choice of not including it, but word of mouth, you don't have a choice. Yes. So, Sophia, any more questions?
So we have one question from Rachel, who initially was going to come to the show, but then she said she couldn't come, and you will understand why from the question. Rachel is a young person, and she's deciding what to study right now. And she is asking, is it a good idea to study human resources since I am shy and I am a soft as a character?
She's shy and soft as a character, and she's asking me to study human resources.
Yes.
So Rachel, first and foremost, congratulations for being honest, at least with yourself and with us. Secondly, who said that human resources is for introverts or for extroverts? I've seen both introverts and extroverts as people who head human resources or work in human resources. So my question, my statement to you is the following. It's not about being an extrovert, an introvert, shy person, or upfront person. It's about, first and foremost, being a good communicator, because in human resources, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And secondly, it's about being a good psychologist at the same time, evaluating each and every person's current situation, their state of mind, or their frame of mind at the moment they're talking to you, and taking no sides. Sometimes you need to stand as an ardent supporter of management. Sometimes you need to push forward and help the person in need and the person who's asking something because they are correct in asking for that. So you do not belong in one of the two groups, in one of the two teams, or in one of the two departments. You are there as a guardian. And always remember, human resources, H before R. You need to be humane. And people who are humane are introverts, are extroverts, are shy people, are upfront people. They can be anything, anything. So this is it. And also have a gut feeling. And from my experience, women in their vast majority have a better gut feeling than men. So maybe, just maybe, you're suited for human resources because you also became vulnerable in the process. Sophia.
And I have to add something that it doesn't come from me, but it comes from you, Michael, is that we often confuse our personality with our soft skills. And being an introvert or an extrovert has to do with personality, but being a good communicator is a soft skill that you can learn and you can develop.
Sophia, excellent. You should start your own on-air mentoring. I love it. Before we take one more question from one of our fans and friends, Sanjeev, let's see what our friends are saying. Dennis Kududis, long time no see, my friend. Hello, Michael. Keep going strong. Thank you. One of our most loyal fans, Roxani Konomo. Roxani was also on the webinar with Jeffrey Gidomer. You can give us your feedback, Roxani. Let us know if you like the webinar. Write it, put it in writing, and I will bring it up, even if I don't like what you write there. I promise. Let's see who else is here. One of my mentees from London, Konstantinos Danikas, a great guy. Hi, Konstantinos. Sadish, great. Kuwait is here. And Sophia, shall we take the questions, please? Can you bring it up? Thank you very much. Let's ask the question, Sophia. Read it aloud for our friends and fans.
What is the one unique quality which leader has so that he or she is called a leader?
Wow, excellent. So, Sophia, as they say, ladies first. So you worked in multiple organizations, huge organizations. You worked also with freelancers. So tell us, Sophia, what's the one unique quality? What do you think?
I think one thing we talked about last week, or this week actually, on Monday, on the Jumpstart Monday, was being authentic and knowing yourself. That's one thing. And then the other thing, I would go back to being a good communicator. I know he asked for one thing. I cannot choose between the two. Okay,
great. And I agree 100% with Sophia, Sanjeev. I would add that humbleness, to be a humble person, to understand that you don't know everything, that if you want to go fast, as I said before, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with others. You need a team. You need to ask and improve. You remember the question from 1 to 10, how do you rate me as a leader, not only as a business? Michael, Sophia says I rate you 7. So what can I do to get to 10? You might not be able to do it in 1 day or 1 month, but maybe you can improve in a year and go to 8. And in 3 years, you'll be probably at 10. So be humble enough to know that you don't know everything, that you're still a student, even if you're a master. Let's take some more people. Thodoris, hello. Our friend Athos Stylianou. Athos, I admire Athos. We had dinner in Athens. He's a person I admire truly. He says, congratulations, Michael. Excellent as always. Thank you very much, Athos. Guys, if you want to share this episode, even for our Facebook friends that we were not streaming live and they will see it later on, if you share this episode now or when you're watching it on a recording mode, you get the chance to win my Stand Up, Stand Out online course on public speaking for a year, completely free, and you can improve your public speaking skills. So, Sophia, do we have anything else? Let's get Roxani's feedback on the webinar with Jeffrey Gitomer, which, Sophia, tell me, we're going to be bringing up on Teachable, correct? So people can write from there.
Exactly. So we will make it available for you to see the recorded version.
So Roxani said, great webinar, starting implementation at once, especially sentimental value, bonding, not binding, bonding with my customers. And please, I want to use the candle to my Bodyline seminar to hospitality students. Yes, there is a surprise candle used at the end. I'm not going to spoil the fun for everyone who gets to buy the webinar later on. And so thank you for asking, Roxani. You're always very polite. And yes, you can use the candle. Yes, of course. Sophia, anything else we need to announce before we head off to continue?
Just as usual, next week we have Jumpstart Monday. Next Friday, we are here again for a new on-air mentoring. And please ask your questions, even if you feel uncomfortable to come on air. Please ask your questions and we will ask them anyway. And we will answer them anyway.
Correct. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Sophia, for the coordination. And have a great weekend. Bye.